Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are Another Dying, and this is another episode of Childhood Revisited. I'm Jay.
I am A.
And this is Goblins 2. Goblins 2, with 2 eyes.
Not 3 anymore.
Not 3 anymore. This is the second game in the Goblin series. We already did a Childhood Revisited on the first game in the Goblin series. And I think this is actually a much better game. It's a weird game, but it's a much better game. This is the floppy version of the game. So you can buy this game from Good Old Games. And if you do so, you get the floppy version and the CD version. Similar to the first one, it's kind of a puzzle adventure game. But let's watch the intro. Let's listen to the intro. Yes, so this is a Goblins game. So that means it's slightly surreal, I guess.
Slightly.
Slightly surreal, pretty wacky. And if you have managed to follow the story, the prince has been kidnapped.
Yes.
The Prince Buffoon. And there was a time in our lives when we were pretty fond of the Prince Buffoon, because he is awesome. I think we won't be able to make it to him in this.
It's very late in the game.
It's very late in the game, but he is so funny.
Yeah, we laughed our asses off.
Yeah, it's so good. This game has a very particular sense of humor, but it's a sense of, like... So the Goblin series are French games, and French games are kind of weird. Always have been, for some reason. I don't know. And... yeah, and the Goblin series is extremely weird, and there are a lot of people who aren't really for this kind of humor. I am. I love it. I love the Goblin series.
And I must say, now that I watched the intro, I think the Goblins intros are the best video game intros.
Yeah, could be. They're fantastic. What I don't quite remember. I think the third game actually did not have an intro. I think the third game just directly throws you in.
Yeah.
This one, yeah. You know. The one thing about the Goblin series is that, I mean, everything is kind of weird and wacky and surreal, and that includes the puzzles.
Yeah.
Because you have to think like the game, and the game is so random at some point that you can't really think like the game. So it's, you will see, the game gets there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And at some point you can't really... It gets so hard. It gets so... The puzzles become so that you can't figure them out, because they are so wacky. They are so... Gah. So basically, we are these two guys here.
Yeah, there are not only 2 eyes, but 2 goblins.
Yes, 2 goblins. The first one is 3 eyes and 3 goblins. And the last one is Goblins 3 with 1 eye and 1 goblin.
So, and this time they have names. It's Fingers and
Winkle.
Winkle.
I think they had names in the first one, but it was kind of weird where they had different names in the different regions where the game came out.
Okay.
And I think they were never actually given in-game. But in this game, they are. So one thing that you immediately notice if you compare it to the first game, there's no life bar anymore.
Oh yes.
And this is good because this game would have been made insufferable with a life bar.
Yeah.
The thing about the first Goblins is that every like screen is just like this very self-contained thing.
Yeah.
And in this game it's kind of different because if you, for example, go over here, you are in another screen. So this is much more like an adventure game. It's not like this very single screen, self-contained puzzle screen things.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. But it has the same kind of wacky logic and so on. So yeah. Okay. So the game just throws you in and you don't have much of an idea what to do. So I think the first what we need to do is to get to this castle. I think this is our the castle is over this way. So we need to find a way to get past this giant. And we can't do that. Or get past the dog even. Because I think if we go over here, this happens. And so we can't do that. So what we need to do is somehow get past it. And I think we have all the things we need to do that in these 3 screens.
Yeah, in this.
I think there's one more screen if we get into the house. Yeah.
So
And
4 screens.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff here. So what do we have here? So we have a sausage, we have the notable, we have a switch, and there's a plate. And I mean, we can start talking to these people. They are old men,
But they don't look old.
they don't look. Yeah. I love the pixel art style of the Goblins games. They are so good. The sprites are so awesome. They are so expressive in a certain way.
And all these guys are so expressive.
Yeah, so not expressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the greatest thing. They're extremely expressive in their non-expressiveness. So we have a bottle and there are flowers. And the thing about these 2 goblins is they are, of course, different. So so he will do different things to things than Winkle will do. Generally, generally Fingers, so the green guy is he's like more gentle and kind of a nice guy. And Winkle, he's just wacky and
He's very direct.
and mischievous also. So sometimes he does whatever. So for example, if you the flowers, he will just eat them, as you can see, and he will actually pick them up. But I think the flowers are wilted, so
Fingers is sad.
yeah, he's sad because the flowers are wilted. Also, he's always smiling, and he has this classic Goblin's facial expression, which is so good. So let's just start talking to the notable. Dear sir, you look powerful. Could you please help us in this quest? So he is not helpful at all. So what we actually need to do is we need to get to this sausage. Somehow. It's for a survey. Can I ask you a few questions? Okay. Oh, this gets us the same thing.
So
Yeah,
let's grab the sausage.
let's grab the sausage, yeah. I think he won't even try, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And he will... And these guys laugh. Noted. These guys laugh. I can kind of remember the first... No. So I can kind of like dimly remember what you need to do in the beginning. So we need actually sausage. We need later on in the other screen, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
We need to get the bottle, and I think with the bottle we can water the flowers. But we need water first too, so that's another thing. Okay. So let's try it differently. Let's press the switch. So there's gonna be a lot of this stuff, like you know, one guy does something, the other guy does something else, and something happens. So we could try getting the sausage from here. also doesn't work. Also, another thing is that I think Winkler is kind of dumb. He will laugh his ass off. Okay, go here and press the switch. I think he won't actually know what to do with the switch. Yeah, so Winkler is dumb. So I think every time we have some kind of mechanical contraption, it's mostly Fingers who will be able to make sense of it. So let's get the bottle.
Yeah.
As you can see, so we won't be able to get the bottle once, as long as these guys aren't, you know?
Because they have so much use for the bottle.
Yeah. We'll have to distract the attention of these two poor old toadstools. This is actually kind of interesting. I've noticed this in Goblins 3 too, because I've played Goblins 3 recently, just for fun. And in the English version, the game gives you tips. So we'll have to distract the attention of these two poor old toadstools. So that's a tip, what you need to do. Yeah. We'll have to distract the attention. In the German version, there's actually no tip there.
Okay.
The German version does not give you a tip, if I remember correctly. It's just, he just says something.
Okay. That's interesting.
But, yeah, let's distract the attention. We have seen that this works. So you do this. And, oh god, sometimes it's hard to... Okay, that worked. Now we have the bottle.
Often there are things you have to time
to time right, yeah.
And that's sometimes pretty hard.
That's sometimes really hard. Even, especially if you have no fucking clue what you need to do.
Yeah.
And this will happen in this game. So now we have the bottle. The bottle is empty, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
it is.
It's empty.
But we have seen the other screen already.
And there's a fountain. So let's just go over there. I think the two guys also have shared inventory. So
yeah. So both can use all the
items. So it's not like, so the roles aren't as clearly defined as in the first game. I mean, in the first game you had the one guy that can use items, the one guy that can punch, and the one guy that can use magic. And this one is kind of more diffuse. But I like it more, like how this does it.
Yeah.
In a way, it's like it invites experimentation. So let's click on the toad. So part of the fun in the Goblins games is to just click on everything and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because there will always something wacky will happen. So let's see what he will do. So he's pissed. I think we actually also need to get this rock. I don't know what the rock was for, but
I know what it was. You know what it was for.
Okay. Well, let's just play for a while. Let's see. I think we could basically play this game for a long time, but we'll play, and at some point we'll say, "Hey, this is enough."
But if I remember correctly, we didn't play it to the end.
No, we never played it to the end. Maybe we need to do this at some point.
We really need to do this.
Yeah. The problem is if we record ourselves playing this, there will be a lot of I have no fucking clue what to do.
Yeah.
So maybe we will do that. Maybe it's going to be fun. We will have to see how we manage this.
Yeah.
So maybe we're going to have to cut things.
Maybe, yeah.
Or something. So yeah, there's a fountain. Let's press this. This is how the fountain works. And so fingers. You know. I think he won't even do it, if I remember correctly. Yeah. He's just confused. Yeah. He likes it. Yeah. Okay, so I think he won't do anything here. Oh yeah, the frog is just happy because he's a nice guy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And he knows what to do. So the game does give you hints like this. What you need to do is you need to experiment and just do stuff, and the game will kind of help you then. But it's really boom and yes. Oh, you need to use the stone to get in the building somehow? There was something there, yeah. But we'll do this later, I guess. Oh, there's also the cellar. You can get there too, I guess.
I have no clue.
You can't get in there, so it's not another screen. But I think you can get an item out of that.
Oh, okay.
And you get the key for the cellar in the building, something like that. But yeah, let's go back. Because what we can do now is water the flowers.
Yeah, we can do that. Well, I have played Goblins 2 like a year ago, but I could not solve the puzzle to pass the giant.
It's so ridiculous. Maybe, let's see, maybe we can actually get as far.
Let's try.
So one thing about these games really benefit from playing it with someone else.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you need to come up with ideas and stuff, and if you're playing it alone, you're just gonna sit there and you're gonna quit the game basically. But okay.
Also, it is more fun to laugh.
It's more fun, yeah.
2 asses off instead of 1.
Yes. So now we got a flower. And with the flower, we can give it to this guy. As you can see, what happens is he becomes a little bit tired. See? So this is what the flower does. So this is actually how the game gives you kind of hints, in a sense. So he is so happy. Yeah, and then has his eyes closed. But I think what we still need to do is get it from the top, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I think you can't get it from down here. Because then he will notice. Because Winkley is not the most subtle person on the planet. So get the sausage. Yes, and now we have the sausage. Boom. So, in terms of surreal logic, we can show you what you need the sausage for.
Yeah.
And that would be something that you that you would think about. So we need him to be nasty to the chicken. We need you to punch the chicken with the sausage, and then you get an egg.
The interesting thing is there are 2 parts. There's the chicken and the head of the chicken.
And the head of the chicken, yeah. Those are actually 2 different hotspots in the game. And, you know, how the fuck? You don't even... The thing is, you need the egg to get past the giant.
Yeah.
Because for the giant you need to give him something to drink and something to eat, if I remember correctly. So you need... Oh no! With the egg you can wake up the giant. I think you have to make... you have to burn this and something like that.
I didn't came that far.
Yeah, you did not... Yeah. Something like that. I don't quite remember. But we need the egg to get past the... That's one of the items we need. I think we can't do much more here for now. Maybe we can actually...
Yeah, we can.
Oh, we can do some wacky stuff. So, also something that you will see is... Oh, he doesn't do anything. You know, it comes out there. So, this is how the game works. Oh yeah, we can also open this one.
Oh yeah.
We need to get one of them over there past the dog. Okay, so he will get there. Will you laugh? No. Yeah, he will laugh. There was just this animation that didn't get cancelled from it. I think then he can get past, actually.
Yeah.
That might actually work. And let's see. Get the sausage in there, and you go past, yes. I think he can't do much here. Like if we try to pass, the giant will stop us. Yes. I think what we can do now is we can enter here, and he will open this, yes.
Yeah.
So now we can actually get past the dog. I think that's it for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if I remember correctly, we need to make a fire here. We use the egg on the fire, then he will wake up and we can talk to him. And then he will tell us... I will spoiler everything. But we need to get him wine and meat, if I remember correctly. Maybe the sausage, actually. And what we need is wine. And the wine we will get from the cellar. But I don't know how we can get there.
I have no idea.
So we need to get into this house. And in this house we need to get the key for the cellar. And from this guy we get the... And then we get the wine and then we can get past the giant. Something like that, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, let's ring the bell. Can I help you? Wizard. It's a wizard. Please let me speak to you. Sorry, I've no time. So you won't let us in. I can't quite remember. Something with the stone, but I don't know anymore. Do you know?
I know.
Okay. You need to do something with the stone. Can I help you? The salesman. Okay, that doesn't work. Do you need to use the stone on the... Let's try. Door.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? No.
Even Winkle doesn't want to do that.
No. Yeah. So the wizard is actually a nice guy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he is.
Fingers. You go away. Ah. No, he won't. And door also no. Chimney. No. No. Ah. Do we have anything else? We have the bottle, the sausage. Maybe we can show him the sausage or something? Okay, he won't even
open anymore.
No. No. Give me something else. What? Oh yeah. Oh! That was a ladder, wasn't it? You have to... you can't. You have to... Yeah. Take into account all the steps. Okay, now we got... Run. Oh yeah, and you need to go up? Yes. And go to the chimney! Okay. I remember that he just lets you in at some point, but yeah. Okay, now we can get in. On the third screen. So as you can see, I mean, this is all still kind of works.
Yes.
You know, the game becomes much more obtuse later.
Imagine there are two fools in front of your house and they annoy you as long as you let them in.
Yeah. Hey little goblins, what do you want? So let's talk to him first. I think he will actually tell us what to do to get the prince back or something. So let's oh, his name is Tazar. Great wizard, your fellow wizard from Middle-earth has sent us. Middle-earth? We must find the son of King... Sure. Who has... Fuck. I know about this. It's the ghastly Ammoniac who's holding the child. Yes. This demon has ousted our good king and reigns in his place.
Mean Ammoniac.
Yeah. Your advice is most precious, noble wizard. Where must we go? Leave the village and go to the castle. Beware, a giant is blocking the road. I can't talk to him anymore. I think he sleeps now. Yeah. Okay, Beardy, tell us where to go and think quick. He's not the most sociable person. Okay. Also, this thing. Head. No. I think what you... Yes, because it lives!
Sometimes Winkle is
Yeah.
a bit smarter.
I think Winkle is kind of street smart. He has this like basic survival instinct smartness.
Yeah.
Well, a really dumb kind of smartness. We can do this, and we can actually get this now. I remember this. So this is another timing thing. And we have matches. So now we can actually make the fire, and we can wake up the giant. Yes. There was also something... Can you step up? No, no. We also need to get up there somehow. I remember
We
this
can
too.
already get up there.
Yeah, with... No. Oh yeah, we can climb up there. We need yes, we need the key for the cuckoo clock, don't we? I think I remember where the key was. Let's light this thing here, the kettle. Or maybe I think we need to use the bottle first. Get some water in it and then boil the water. Maybe? I think there's something that we can do. I don't quite remember how to get all the keys and stuff.
This is something I have no idea anymore.
Yeah. I think it works because now this will actually, at some point the kettle will, let us steam, and there we are. I think we need to...
That's interesting that you have to...
You can't just tear it off or something.
Yeah.
This is Goblins, you know? I wonder what this is. There's a person, right?
Yeah.
But it looks kind of nothing like any Goblins person does. Yeah, let's get the spring key. And we can use this on the cuckoo clock. The music is great.
Yeah.
It's kind of... Okay. Okay, that's the... Maybe... No. Let's try this again. I think this is how we can get the key.
You can select Winkle already.
Yeah. Yes! Boom! That sound effect
Nice.
was slightly weird, but that's the key. And I think with the key we can get to the cellar. I think we might actually... Yeah, we will make it past the giant,
Yeah.
actually. We have everything we need. And let's go out again. Alright, and you? I think he's the only one that can. Or maybe both can. I think this is not too complex a contraption. A door with a key. Yes. Oh, I love goblins too. Maybe this is also something that we could stream. And not...
Yeah, maybe.
Because that doesn't quite matter. We can just do 2-hour streams of us making no progress at all. Alright. Good. Goblins 3 actually is kind of the most approachable game in the series.
Yeah.
Because it's not as obtuse, at least at first. It becomes really hard later on, but it has kind of a curve to it. This game starts out really weird, and it stays really weird, and it becomes even harder. The third game, you can actually, the first part of the game, or the first few parts of the game are actually kind of logical and kind of cool, and you can really figure them out. And it also, in the first part of Goblins 3, there's one of my favorite adventure game things, puzzles. It's the underworld thing where you're dead.
Oh yeah, that's really interesting.
That's fantastic. I love it so much. Okay, so let's try this. I think Goblin 3 might actually be the best game of the 3. kind of. I think the game became better with every iteration. There's also a Goblins 4 that I've never played. It was from, I think, 2000 and something, and it's actually in 3D.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should get our hands on that at some point.
And also there was...
No, it just burns. There was?
This other kind of game.
Woodruff?
Woodruff, yeah.
Woodruff and the Schnibble or something. Yeah, that's also... Woodruff is also pretty cool. Woodruff is a much more ambitious game, kind of. And it has this kind of dystopian future styling, which is also pretty great. But it's the same designer and the same... He also does the art, and you really see that it's the same art director. But it has higher resolution and stuff. So it's really very much a spiritual successor of the Goblins games. But Woodruff is really... That's an adventure game, and you have like billions of screens that you can go to. And it has the same kind of twisted logic. So this makes this game really hard. I remember Woodruff being really mind-boggling. So yeah, let's talk to the guy, to the giant. Hey Dumbo, just leave me alone. I'm trying to forget my hunger and thirst. Yeah, so now we have the sausage for hunger. He eats it whole. And we have wine.
Because wine is good against thirst.
Of course. And now he sleeps, and we can go. I think we made it past the giant. So this is the first major puzzle. Yeah, on the way out of the village stood the famous castle. They decided to make a tour for it. And now we are here. And now I basically remember nothing anymore. You see, that was the very first really puzzle sequence.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what to do, I mean, we kind of knew what to do.
Yeah.
Then it becomes like pretty ridiculous.
But you can spend hours in the first few screens.
So look at this guy. He's awesome. Shall we just take a look around here?
Yeah,
and maybe once we get stuck, we will stop the video at some point. So
and
that
we got that floaty guy.
Yeah. Suka. We have a tower. Let's go in the tower. Oh.
Of course, there's a bomb in the tower.
Of course. Yeah. So we need to do something with the bombs. We need to light the bombs and then throw them somewhere. I think that was the kind of thing that would make sense. I think we need to actually get this carpet there. And yeah, both of them throw them
at different places.
To different places, yeah. Let's talk to Suka. Borrow the carpet and come see me. I can't hear you from here. Okay, so we need the carpet. Borrow the carpet. There's also something nasty down there.
In the trench.
Okay, we can't really.
What happens if you, light
the bomb? Which is a bomb. Yeah, he is afraid of that. I think Winkler would do it. Because he is... whatever.
I don't care.
Oh no, he also won't do it. Huh. Maybe, there was something...
You could go to the next screen. To the left.
You can. There might actually be something with, like, using a flint and a... Oh, I can't remember. Now let's take a look at the next screen. Can you actually give me the water? Or maybe just pour water so that we can... Oh god.
I remember this guy.
Yeah,
actually,
this guy.
But
the long distance runner or whatever. Hey, lots of doors. And there's the clockmakers. We need to do something with them. So this is also something in the Goblin series. There are all kinds of disparate things, and nothing makes sense. And you have to figure out something to do with all these things that are, nothing has anything to do with anything. Like there's a basketball hoop.
Yeah,
and there's a ball. Okay, that would make sense to do something with that. But town hall. This is the town hall. Let's talk to the player.
Also, there are
Sorry. Lovely weather for a game. Yeah. I think we must give him the ball.
Also, there are all different kinds of noses.
Yeah. 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 I don't even know what Winkley is. The music is pretty jaunty.
Well,
I think... Of course. It... Okay, and when you go in, you will... No, you're also there. It comes out somewhere different. This is always... there's no logic to that. So you have to... Also, one path... This is one thing in this game. One path will almost never lead you the same way back. Because... Oh no, there's also another screen, isn't there? Oh dear. So what do we have here? Oh, this one.
I also remember this one.
Also, I remember this one, but yeah. Hello, Kale.
So we can give him.
Very good day to you, Mr. Tree. Can you give us some advice? He wouldn't talk to us. I think we can actually go on the hand. Thanks for quenching my thirst. I'll let you climb up my hand. Okay, now we can get up there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this will take us a long time to figure out the next stuff. I think for this video,
It's
this is basically it. Yeah, we're probably gonna continue playing this because it's really fun.
I want to see Prince Buffoon again.
Yes. So let's save the game and
2-1 because it's a second riddle and the first save game of that riddle.
Yeah,
This is how I
right.
make my save games.
Yeah. I confirm. I also like this. That it's not like confirm and cancel. It's I confirm and I cancel. Okay. Yeah, that's Goblins 2. It's something. There's no game series quite like the Goblin series.
Yeah.
And I love them. I love all the Goblins games. So, yeah, that was Goblins 2, the Prince Buffoon. Thank you for watching, and see you again.
Hopefully.
Later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Or not.